Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a level 2 60-minute class with the fit ball. So we do use the ball for the whole class, so if you don't have one, this is probably not the class for you. I have had questions about where I get all my stuff. None of it is fancy. You can pick everything up on Amazon or at your Walmart or your local sporting goods store. It doesn't have to be fancy. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend. And if you've got comments or feedback, please let me know in the comments section below. We are going to get started today straight away in a plank with our hands on the ball. So if you need to do anything to warm up your wrists, or if there's anything else that you want to do before that, go ahead and do it, and then I will meet you there in a plank. Starting in a high plank with your hands on the ball, step your feet back, press energy out through your heels, gently grip at the ball with your finger pads, and then press the ball away from you, engaging through your whole arm, your shoulders. Gentle tuck of the tailbone, so I'm not scooping my belly, but I'm not dumping into my lower back. So I'm lengthening from my tail to the crown of my head. And then I'm taking nice deep breaths, maybe engaging Ujjayi Pranayama if that's in your practice, or taking nice deep breaths in through the nose and then out through the mouth. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. The upper body is going to stay where it is. Try and keep your ball still. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tap the right foot out to the right. Inhale it back to center. Exhale, tap the left foot off to the left. Inhale it back to center. We're going to do 9 more on each side. You're trying to keep that plank position. Keep your pelvis and your shoulders stable. 7 more. You can always drop to your forearms here as well if you need to. One more on each side. From here, you're going to rock back onto your feet. So now you're standing at the back of the mat. Pick up the ball. Take those feet about hips distance or wider apart. If you like to turn your toes out for squats, go ahead and do that. You're going to inhale, sink your hips back into a squat. As you exhale, squeeze the ball between your hands. Inhale, release. Exhale, press to stand. Inhale, squat. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, stand. Inhale, squat. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. Exhale, stand. Keep going. Make sure when you're in your squat that your knees are facing the same direction as your toes, and you're grounding down through your whole foot, so you don't have all your weight in the ball of your foot or the heel of your foot. Your toes and your heels are down, especially your big toes, which like to lift away from the floor. And your weight is back, so it's like you're sitting into a low chair behind you. We do 5 more of these. Last 2. Last one. We're going to hold it down there and do 10 little pulses with the arms. So squeeze for 10, 9, 8. Place the ball down, straighten the legs, send that ball out in front of you, come into a forward fold. Shift the hips side to side, open up through the shoulders and the hamstrings. Take a nice deep inhale and take a nice deep exhale. Keep your feet wide. You're going to shift back into a plank. So this is going to be really, really hard. If you need to drop your knees here, you can certainly do that. And if you need to just instead lift one foot at a time, if lifting the hands is too hard, then you'll modify by lifting a foot. You're going to ground down through your left hand. You can also shift back a little bit so you're not in so much of a plank. You're going to ground down through your left hand. Your first step would be to come onto the right fingertips and then set the right hand down. Ground down through the right hand, come up onto the left fingertips, and then come down onto that left hand. You could stay there. Otherwise, we're going to press into the left hand, tap the right shoulder. It's going to be a quick little tap, and then come back to your plank. Tap the left shoulder or left hand, right shoulder, and then come back to your plank. So you're just alternating shoulder taps. Obviously, the more in a plank you are, the harder this is. And you're trying to keep yourself as stable as you can, which is obviously ridiculously hard. We'll do 4 more on each side. One more each side. They get easier as you go. And then you're going to shift yourself back to the back of the mat. We're going to come back into that squat. This time your palms are going to face each other up and down. So my left palm is facing the ground. My right palm is facing the ceiling. I'm in my squat. I'm going to exhale as I squeeze the ball. Inhale, I'm going to rotate the ball to center. Exhale, I'm going to stand and switch my hands. Inhale, squat. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, palms face each other, horizontal. Exhale to stand. Inhale, squat, squeeze, exhale, stand. So we still got that 4 breath pattern. We're just adding that little rotation in there. I hope that that makes sense. I am ridiculously tired at the moment. I'm running off like 2 hours of sleep a night, so my brain is not really functioning very well. We're going to do 6 more. So our last one, we're going to hold. Your right hand is on top, left hand on the bottom. 10 little squeezes for 10, 9, 8. Hold your squat, left hand on top, right hand on bottom, squeeze for 10. And then bring that ball down. This time the forearms are going to come to the ball as we slide forward into a forearm plank. We're going to start just by holding our forearm plank, so bring your feet back to hips distance apart. I'm pressing the ball away with my forearms, so I'm not sinking into my shoulders. I'm lifting my body away from the ball. If you need to drop your knees here, you're going to do that. From here, you're going to keep the rest of your body as still as you can. You're going to draw the alphabet with your arms. So I don't mind if you do capital letters or lowercase letters, but you're going to go from A to Z, tracing the pattern of the letters with the ball. And I'm not going to count you through it. I'll let you go at your own pace. Try and go slow. The slower that you do it, the more work you have to do, the stronger you get. I'm on Y and Z. If you're not with me, that's okay. Take your time. We're going to roll back to a forward fold at the back of the mat. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, press into the ball. Generous bend in the knees. Start to roll up the length of your spine. We're going to come to straddle the ball. So your knees are going to pin to either side of the ball. And your feet are going to be behind you. For this one, our our feet are going to stay on the ball and the ball will stay on the ground. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to squeeze the ball. Inhale, release. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, release. Stack your shoulders up over your hips so you're not hunching forward like this and you're not sitting back. If you want a little bit of a challenge for your arms, you can hold your arms out to the side or you can hold them in front of you, getting that isometric work through your deltoids. We're going to do 10 more like this. And then from here, you're going to keep your left leg still. We're just going to squeeze with the right leg. So exhale, squeeze the right leg in. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze the right leg. Inhale, release. Your left leg will squeeze a little bit to stabilize, but I really want you to think of trying to draw that right knee all the way to meet the left. We've got 6 more. Let that right leg relax. On your next exhale, squeeze the left leg. Inhale, release. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, release. 8 more. Last one. And then you're slowly going to roll off that ball. You're going to take your feet wide again at the back of the mat. And we're going to start in a forearm plank. Once again, you can drop the knees here if you need to. And you could also come into more of kind of like a pike sort of position. It's not ideal, but it's kind of like a stepping stone to get you where you need to be. So we're going to go from a forearm plank to a plank. So ground down through your right forearm. Ground down through your feet. Left palm comes to the ball. Right palm comes to the ball. Left forearm comes to the ball. Right forearm comes to the ball. Right palm, left palm, right forearm, left forearm. Find a breath pattern that works for you here. And you're trying to keep your hips as stable as you can. I'm doing a not very good job because this is very, very hard. But, you don't have to be as still as a statue, but you're working to feel that awareness in your body and try as much as you can to stabilize it. You don't want to be so rigid that you're like a plank and you're not, movable. You need to be dynamic. But you want to have awareness and control of where your body is. Let me do one more. We're going to meet in that forearm plank. We're going to bring the knees down to the floor. You're going to send that ball forward. Keep your hips over your knees. This is like a puppy pose. So keep sending the energy back through the heels. Oops. Active press into the hands, into the ball, of the hands into the ball. From here, you're going to inhale. Let your belly drop. Look forward towards your hands. And then as you exhale, press into the ball. Think of plugging your shoulder blades into their sockets as you round out the spine. Inhale. Drop your belly. Send your tailbone to the sky. And then as you exhale, press into the ball. Draw the shoulders in towards you as you round into your cat. 2 more like that. Last one. Hold this rounded position. And you're going to pull that ball all the way towards you until you're standing on your knees. You're going to take your forearms onto the ball. I'm just going to get a towel because I'm sliding all over the place. You're going to take your forearms parallel onto the ball. Once again, you're not sinking into the ball. You're pressing the ball away from you. You're going to bend into the left knee, draw the left heel into the glute. Try not to sink into the right hip. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, press down evenly into the forearms. You're going to do a little donkey kick with that left leg. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, donkey kick. Inhale, set it down. So you could do this really easily by just letting yourself drop to the right and sink into that right hip. I want you to keep moving yourself back to the midline. So keep putting weight evenly through the left and the right forearm. We do 5 more here. We're going to hold it up on this little one. We're going to do 10 little pulses for 10, 9, 8. We're going to hold it up there. Keep the knee bent. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to extend the knee. Inhale, bend it in. Exhale to extend. Inhale, bend it in. Try to keep the leg the same height away from the floor and keep pressing those arms into the ball to lift your body away from the ball. We've got 5 more here. Keep that knee bent. Bring it back next to the right. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring it to the side for your fire hydrant. This one's going to be a bit harder. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, stabilize the ball. Inhale, bring it down. We've got 8 more. Your right leg should also be talking to you. It's doing a lot of work to stabilize you here. One more. We're going to hold it up in your fire hydrant. Take an inhale. As you exhale, extend the left knee. Inhale to bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale to bend. 8 more. Try and keep the height. It might not be really high, and that's okay. Last one. And then bring that leg down. You're going to turn side onto the ball, so your right knee will stay down and your right forearm will stay on the ball. Kick your left leg out to the side and then kick it to the kick it to the back corner of your mat. Square your hips to the front. Take an inhale. As you exhale, without collapsing into that right shoulder, you're going to float the right leg up as high as you can. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, float it up. Inhale, bring it down. So I only want you to float it up so far that you're not borrowing from the weight. So if you're doing this and you're side crunching, that's not where I want you to work. I want you to feel this in your outer hip and your glute. We've got 5 more. We're going to hold it up there. Bring that hip in line with the rest of the body. As you inhale, you're going to float the leg forward. Try not to rotate the pelvis. And then as you exhale, you're going to float it back. Inhale, you're going to float it forward. Exhale, you're going to float it back. Obviously, a bigger range of movement is going to be harder here. Try and keep the height of the leg. We're just going to do 3 more of these. Set that left foot down. You're going to ground down into the right forearm again. If you need the help of your left hand here, you can do it. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to see if you can pick up your bottom knee, your right knee. Tap it to your left. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, see if you can pick up the knee. Inhale, set it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, set it down. We've got 7 more here. One more. And then set it down. You're going to turn back to face your ball. We are going to do the other side. I'm just going to take a little intermission. Plant those forearms on the ball, tuck under the toes, take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bring those knees to hover in a bear. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, step the left foot back. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, left foot forward to bear. Exhale, right foot. Change it out. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Keep going like this. Trying to keep that ball stable. Trying to keep the rest of your body stable and trying not to let those shoulders migrate into your ears. We do 2 more on each side. And then you're slowly going to bring it down. This time your left knee will be on the ground and your right leg will be doing the work. Ground down evenly through those forearms, bend the right knee, take an inhale. As you exhale, come into that donkey kick. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, donkey kick. Inhale, set it down. Take a peek down. Try and get your hip bones square to the ball or both facing the ball. So try not to have your right hip opening way out to the side. 6 more. We're going to hold it up there. Do 10 little pulses for 10, 9, 8. Hold the leg up there. Take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten the knee. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend. 8 more. You're going to bend the knee, bring it down next to the left. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring it out to the side for your fire hydrant. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, bring it out. Inhale, tap it down. So just like we did in those side leg lifts, try not to borrow from your waist. Make this movement come from your hip. We've got 6 more. You're going to hold it up there. Take an inhale. As you exhale, kick the legs straight. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend. 8 more. Last one. And then bring it in. You're going to take that ball so that you're facing the side, so your side onto the ball. Left forearm on the ball, right leg goes long, and then tap it to the back corner of the mat. Square the hips to the long end of the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift that leg. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap down. 8 more. You're going to float that leg up, bring it in line with the body, and then as you inhale, you'll float it forward. Exhale, you'll float it back. Try and keep everything else still. Inhale, float it forward, relax the shoulders. Exhale, float it back. 4 more. Last one. You're going to plant that right foot down. Bring your right hand to the ball for stability if you need it. Press down into the left arm. Take an inhale. As you exhale, see if you can float the left leg up to meet the right. Inhale it down. Exhale it up. Inhale it down. We'll take 8 more. Two more. And then release. You're going to turn back to face the ball. You're going to bring your hands on the ball. We're going to take push-ups before we come to anything up on the feet. We're going to take a few push-ups here. So walk yourself back so you're kind of in a kneeling plank. We will do them on the feet, on the toes eventually, but this is just a different variation. So start by just coming, inhale, tap the chest, and then exhale, press away. My hands are on the side of the ball. Inhale, tap the chest, exhale, press away. This might be where you stay, inhale, tapping, exhale, pressing away. If you want to add on your next one, you're going to inhale, come down into your push-up. As you exhale, you're going to squeeze the ball with your hands. Inhale, release, and then exhale, press away. Inhale, chest tap. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, press away. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, press away. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, press away. We're going to do 6 more. Last one. And then roll the ball in towards you. If you were near a wall and you wanted extra support, you could tuck your toes to the wall. Otherwise, you're just going to come and lie your belly over the ball. You're going to be up on your toes and your fingertips. The less of your limbs that are on the floor, the harder this will be. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to float your left leg and your right arm. Try and keep that ball stable underneath you. Inhale, float it down. Don't let the face drop towards the floor. Exhale, lift the left arm, right leg. Inhale, set it down. So what I'm trying to feel underneath me as I lift opposite arm and opposite leg is I'm trying to avoid the shift of the ball as much as I can. I'm trying to make sure that I can feel the ball evenly underneath both sides of my rib cage and both sides of my pelvis. And I'm not crunching down on one side. So when I lift my left arm, I'm not crunching down my left rib cage towards the left side of my pelvis. I'm lengthening my torso equally on both sides. We do one more on each side. Draw your belly away from the ball. We're going to lift right arm and left leg, and we're going to hold it. So I'm on my fingertips and my right toe. If you need more support, you're on your palm and your foot. Take an inhale here. Keep the leg as it is. As you exhale, you're just going to pull the right elbow towards the right rib cage without side bending. Inhale, lengthen it back out. Exhale, pull the elbow in. Inhale, lengthen it out. We're going to do, hold on, let me get to a number where I can count 4. Do one more. Okay, now we're going to do 6 more, so that will take us to 10. We're going to add, so we're going to do 10 more this time. As you pull the elbow in, you're going to curl the left heel to the glute, and then inhale, extend it long. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend it long. This looks like it should be really easy, but it's actually very hard. We've got 7 more. And then come back to the ball. Let your upper body fall over the ball just for a second. Plant your hands down, bring your heels towards each other, and then squeeze your heels into the glutes. You can walk yourself forward a little bit if you want to. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the lower belly away from the floor. See if you can lift the thighs off the ball. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap it down. Don't worry, we are going to do the other side. We've got 5 more of these. Squeeze the heels towards each other, pull the knees away from each other. And then let that go. Come back to the position that you need to for this bird dog variation. We're going to take, what did we do? You're going to take the left arm and the right leg long. Keep the right leg floating. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bend the left elbow, draw it in towards the ribs. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, send it long. We're going to do 8 more here. We're going to add that hamstring curl for 10. Woo. And then you're going to release it. We're going to come back to something similar to that little press that we did. You're going to roll yourself towards the back of your mat first though, because I want your forearms to land on the mat. So now my pelvis is supported on the ball. My forearms are parallel on the mat. I'm going to take my knees wide and I'm going to press my heels in towards each other and then squeeze them into the glutes. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, think of pressing the soles of your feet straight up towards the sky. Inhale, bring it down. This might feel like a little bit of a weird movement. This is not an angle that we're necessarily on very often in our lives. I'm going to do 5 more. Last one. And then slow, bring it down. You're going to roll yourself to the back of your mat. You're going to bring those hands to the ball and make your way up to standing. We're going to come back into a plank pose, but we're going to have our feet on the ball and our hands on the mat. So position yourself so that your feet are on the ball. If you need to make this a little bit easier, you're going to bring your shins to the ball and you'll do the same thing. My toes are tucked under. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. As you inhale, you're going to tap your right toes to the floor or as close to the floor as you can get. And then as you exhale, pick them up, put them on the ball. Inhale, you're going to tap the left toes. Exhale, bring them back up. We've got 9 more on each side. Nice and slow and steady. One more each side. Oh no, sorry, two more each side. Now one more each side. From here, step that left leg forward and then hop it up in between the hands. You're going to come to the top of that right foot on the ball and then press yourself all the way to standing. We're preparing for our lunges. As you inhale, you're going to send the hips back, bend in through the front knee. The ball will roll up the shin slightly. Make sure your front shin is perpendicular with the mat. Exhale, bring it back up. I don't know how you'd get your front shin parallel with the mat in a lunge. That just wouldn't work. Exhale, press to stand. So just like we did in our squats, make sure your whole foot is pressing down, your knees tracking with your toes, and now you've got the stability of the pelvis to focus on as well. So try not to let that right hip rotate really far back when you come into the lunge. Try and keep those hips, for the most part, facing forward. We're going to do 5 more, and then we're going to add. You're going to come into a lunge. You're going to hold, take an inhale. As you exhale, see if you can raise the front heel. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, press to stand. See if you can raise the front heel here. Inhale, set it down. Come back into your lunge. Exhale, raise. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, press to stand. See if you can raise that heel again. Inhale, set it down. Come straight into that lunge. Exhale, raise the heel. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, press to stand. See if you can raise it. Inhale, set it down. Come into your lunge. Keep going. You get it now. We've got 6 more. Last one. We're going to hold it down at the bottom. Heel is down. You're going to pull the right knee in. Exhale, send it away. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, send it away. Just 8 more. Send that right leg long. Bring the hands down to find the mat. Step that left foot back. Either shins on the ball or tuck under the toes and the feet are on the ball. We're back in our plank. We're going to take shoulder taps. So same options as before. You could just come up onto right fingertips, set it down. Left fingertips, set it down. Otherwise, opposite hand, top taps opposite shoulder on your exhale. We'll go for 10 on each side. One more each side. Step that right foot forward and then hop it up towards the top of the mat. Top of the left foot comes to the ball. Come all the way to standing. Whew, head spin. Prepare for your lunges on the other side. Set up your alignment. As you inhale, you're going to send those hips back, make any adjustments you need to. And then as you exhale, press to stand. We've got 9 more here. Last one. We'll add that heel lift. So come down as you inhale, raise the heel as you exhale, set it down on an inhale, exhale, press to stand, see if you can raise the heel. Inhale, set it down, come straight back into that lunge. Exhale, heel raise. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, press to stand, up on the toes. So that is way harder for me. You've got 8 more. Last one. We'll bring it down into that lunge and we'll do those little kicks. Come down into your lunge. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, kick it out. Inhale in, exhale out. 8 more. Youch. Send that left leg back. Let the hands come back into your plank. So this time, everybody's shins are going to be on the ball. We're going to start with knee tucks. So I'm not rounding my upper body. My upper body stays in a plank. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just draw the knees in towards the chest without rounding. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, lower belly draws them in. Inhale, send it back. 8 more here. Now I'm going to round. So inhale into your plank. This time as you exhale, draw the knees to the chest, round the nose into the knees. Inhale, uncurl yourself. Exhale, round into a little ball, shoulders stay over wrists. Inhale, lengthen out. 8 more. Come into your plank, step your left leg forward. I'm turning just so that you can see me. You're going to turn side on so that the inside edge of your right foot is on the ball and you're standing on your left foot. If you've done my classes before, we have definitely done these. As you inhale, you're going to send the hips back like you're coming into a squat. Bend the left knee. So this is like a lateral lunge. And then exhale, press to stand. So it's like a single leg squat or a lateral lunge in the sense that your left leg is pretty much the one doing the work, but your right leg is obviously opening a lot and you're having to control that ball, adding that stability element. But it's the same principles. I want you to make sure that your knee's not coming way over your toes. You're getting your hips back and your knees not just swinging into the midline. We're going to do 5 more here. Last one. You're going to bring that ball all the way underneath that right knee. So it's like you're stepping on it. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to stamp the ball as if you're trying to squash it into the ground. Inhale, release. Exhale to stamp. Inhale, release. We've got 8 more. Obviously, the harder you stamp, the more that ball's going to move and the harder it will be. Two more. We've got one more thing standing on this leg. Once again, I'm just turning so you can see me a little better. You're going to send that right leg out in front of you again. Keep your hips square, shoulders over the hips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to float that right leg out to the right as far as you can without your pelvis shifting. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, let the ball roll out to the right. Inhale it back to center. So I'm not turning any other part of my body. I'm just abducting my hip and then bringing it back to center. We've got 7 more. Too far. Last one. From here, you're going to roll that ball back behind you like we were going to come back into those lunges. Don't worry, we're not. You're just going to plant your hands and then you're going to walk yourself back out into the plank. Once again, the tops of your feet are going to be to the ball. You can stick with the tucks if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to keep the legs straight, pike, shoulders over the hips. No, shoulders over the wrists. You're trying to get your hips over your shoulders. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, come into your pike. Inhale, bring it back down. We've got 8 more. Two more. Set it into your plank. Step your right foot forward. Come to stand. Turn yourself gracefully so that the inside edge of your left foot is on the ball. Set yourself up for those lunges / single leg squats. As you inhale, you're going to send the hips back, bend into the right knee. And then as you exhale, press the floor away, come to stand. Inhale, come into your lateral lunge. Exhale, press to stand. 8 more. Three more. From here, you're going to bring that ball in towards you so that it's underneath your left knee. Take an inhale. As you exhale, stamp into the ball as if you're going to stand on the ball. You could even raise to your right tippy toes. I didn't mention this on the other side. Inhale, release. Exhale, press into the ball. Inhale to release. We've got 8 more. One more. And then you're going to extend that ball out in front of you. Square off your hips to the short edge of the mat. Take an inhale. Let the leg float out to the side. And then as you exhale, draw it back to the midline. Inhale, float it out. Exhale, draw it in. 8 more. One more. And then from here, you're just going to bring that ball behind you. We're going to step back into our plank one more time. We're going to add on to those pikes. So you could stick with your tuck, you could stick with your pike, or you could turn it into a single leg tuck if you wanted to go somewhere in between. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to come up into your pike. Make sure you can get the balls of your feet to the floor, to the ball. Maybe you take that left leg up like you're coming into a handstand. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, right leg up. Inhale it down. Roll yourself out. Take an inhale. As you exhale, come into your pike. Inhale. Exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale it down. Exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale it down. Roll yourself out. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll it in. You know the drill. If you wanted to take this to a handstand from here, you are more than welcome to do that. I am not going to do that. But if you wanted to and you were confident with that, then that would be where you would go. You could also do this from your forearms and take it into a pincher. I'm just going to do one more. And then set it back down. You're going to step off the ball. You could, of course, pause and keep going if you wanted to do more of those. My shoulders are saying no thank you. We're going to come to those push-ups on the hands, like I promised. You can come back to the knees if you want to. Otherwise, set yourself up as if you're coming into plank on the ball. Hands hug the outside edges of the ball. You're going to inhale, tap the chest. Exhale, press away. Inhale, tap the chest. Exhale, press away. We've got 8 more here. Two more. And then from there, you're just going to set your knees down onto the floor and make your way onto your back. We're going to set ourselves up for bridge. Full disclosure, this is like my least favorite thing to do, but I'm sure that means it's good for me. So we're going to start by having your whole foot on the ball. Hands can float or they can be beside your body. Take an inhale. As you exhale, keep the ball close to you as you lift your hips up into your bridge. And then inhale with a neutral spine, set it down. So it's like my back is attached to a board. Exhale, everything lifts up. Squeeze the ball in towards you, hamstrings. Inhale, slow, set it down. We're going to do 8 more like this. Last one. And then bring it down. Luckily for you, if you also hate hamstrings, I'm going to break this up with ab work. If you love hamstrings, I'm sorry, that sucks for you. You're going to hug that ball underneath the back of your legs. We're going to come into reverse curls. Keep your head down for the first ones. Take an inhale. As you exhale, see if you can peel your lower back off the mat like your knees. We're going to come to your shoulders. And then inhale, you're going to tap the ball down. Keep squeezing the heels to the glutes. Exhale, reverse curl. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, reverse curl, drop the lower belly. Inhale, set it down. We'll do 2 more like this. Now we're going to add the upper body. Keep the elbows wide, neck is relaxed. As you exhale, slide the ribcage and the pelvis towards each other. Inhale, set everything down. Exhale, tiny ball. Inhale, set it down. We do 8 more like this. Last one. And set it down. Set yourself up for more bridge work. We're going to do a single leg bridge. So if that's too much, you can just come to the toes of one foot, or you can come back to doing your double leg bridge. Have your hands down for support. I'm going to do 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. So 5 on the left, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, 5 on the left, blah, 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 blah. You can do 10 on each side all up if you want to. Right leg is going to float to the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press into that left foot. Lift the hips. Inhale, set it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, set it down. So we've got 10 on total in each leg. However you want to split that up is up to you and how you feel in your body. Keep pressing your whole foot into the ball. Should be halfway through-ish. This is my last 5. And then bring it down. You're going to take that ball. You're going to bring your legs into tabletop. So my ball's a little bit big. If you've got a smaller ball, this will probably work a little bit better. But I'm going to press my right hand and my left knee into the ball. So really squeeze those two towards each other. You should already feel your abs engaging. Take an inhale. You're going to float your right leg and your left arm away from midline. And then exhale, bring them back. Keep that squeeze of the right hand and the left knee towards each other. Inhale. Float opposite arm, leg. Exhale, bring it back together. We've just got 3 more on this side. Keep your lower back in the floor. And then bring it back in. Switch it to the other side. So now my right knee and my left hand are pressing towards each other really strong the whole time. Inhale, float the right arm, left leg. Exhale, bring them together. 4 more. Last one. And then bring it back in. We've got 1 more bridge move. So set that ball back underneath your feet. This time I'm going to start with my heels on the ball. On the front of the wall. Yep. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift up. As you inhale, send the ball away from you. Straighten the knees. Exhale, pull it in. We're going to stay up. Option to float the arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. I'm sorry to tell you that we have 17 more of these. If you want to make this harder and go for a single leg variation, go forth and conquer. You are stronger than me. We've got 5. Last one, and set it down. Last move of class, you're going to take that ball in between your ankles. Option 1, send those feet straight up to the sky. Option 2, make it a little bit harder, send them out on a diagonal. Take an inhale. As you exhale, curl the upper body, inhale here. As you exhale, squeeze the ball, inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, release. We've got 15 more. Last 5. And set that ball down. Take the right leg long on the ball, grab behind the left leg, set the head down. You can point and flex through that left foot, stretching out the hamstring. And then switch it out, send the left leg long, take a hold behind the right leg. And draw the ball in towards you, let the knees drape across, let your legs drape over the ball, arms out wide to a capital T, and then just let those knees rock from side to side. Trying to keep the opposite shoulder down. If you want to stay on one side, if you want to get rid of the ball and come into a more traditional twist here, you can certainly do that. If you want to stay to one side for a few breaths, you can also do that. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. Of course, feel free to stay longer in a twist if you want to. Otherwise, you're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. You're going to hug the legs in towards you. Gently use your right elbow to push that right knee away from you. And switch it out. Bring the right leg to the ball. Cross the left ankle over the bottom of the right leg. Gently pressing the left knee away from you. And then releasing the left leg onto the ball. Making your way towards your final resting position. So if you want to take any other stretches or movements or find a different position, go forth and do that. And then when you're ready, you're going to turn your palms up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Then a big open mouth exhale. Let it all go. As always, staying here for as long as you have time for today. Thank you so much for practicing with me today as you go forward. May you be receiving to new ideas. May you be kind in your words. And may you have an openness in your heart. Namaste.